Last week, reports circulated about the suspension of the People Democratic Party's acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, along with the party's national secretary, Samuel Anyanwu. Another factional working committee also suspended the party's national public secretary and national legal advisor. Following these announcements, a federal high court in Abuja restrained the National Executive Committee and PDP's Board of Trustees from removing Damagum as acting national chairman. Simultaneously, the All Progressives Congress in Bayelsa State has suspended several key figures, including Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Heineken Lokbobiri, and the party's 2019 governorship candidate, Chief David Leon, for alleged anti-party activities. Additional suspensions include the Bayelsa State Commissioner for Power, Karim Kumoko, and the Commissioner for Lands and Survey, Barrister Pere Bewari, among others. The Labour Party is also grappling with internal rivalries following a recent federal high court ruling in Abuja that validated Julius Abure's claim to the position of national chairman. Some party members, including the party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi and Abia State Governor Alex Otti, oppose Abure's leadership and had previously constituted a caretaker committee in his stead. This infighting and allegations of misconduct have disrupted operations, complicating the growing party's ability to effectively connect with voters. With the political landscape shifting rapidly, many Nigerians are left wondering about the party's ability to present a united front and how these issues affect governance. Somi Madragu, Arise News.
Well, for more on the brewing political crisis in Nigeria's major opposition, People's Democratic Party, the PDP, we're having this conversation with the acting publicity secretary, national publicity secretary, Abdullahi Ibrahim Manga, who is here with me in the studios, and also joining us is a former national publicity secretary of the party, Kola Ologbondiyan, who is in our off-site studio. Gentlemen, very warm welcome to Newsnight, and thanks for coming to shed light on the situation in the People's Democratic Party. Let me start with Abdullahi here. It's sounding very obvious that the high-octave drama in the suspension and counter-suspension is getting to a crescendo. Is the PDP on its way or on the road to perdition or internal damnation? Abdullahi?
Thank you very much for having me. This is not the first time PDP will be running through problems with regards to leadership or internal, bickering, like like we're experiencing at the moment. We have been a political party, I've always argued, that have lasted 25 years, and the longest since the return of this republic, or since Nigeria's democratic journey. PDP has internal mechanisms of resolving its problems, and we have done so throughout history. You would recall the McCarthy and earlier Madu Sharif's imbroglio that we were able to address and bring out the party. We have rescued it. There were about 5 political parties with the PDP at the inception in 1998, and all of them have fizzled out, leaving the PDP with its name, texture, color, and objective. So this leadership tussle that you are hearing is not even anything to disturb us. First of all, we are safely under the hands of Ambassador Umar Iliad Damagun as provided by law. He is the chairman that the law has recognized. He is the one that has provided leadership in compliance with the extant provisions of our law. Section 47 6 that they will want to tout and present as their argument is a general provision of the law, of our laws. But that is a general provision. Section 35, 32, 35, 2, 3 have all made it, because those ones are the specifics that the processes of succession is made known in our law. So all of these things are things that we will not waste our time with. This one that broke this afternoon, or since yesterday, that somebody has been appointed as acting national chairman. It's not only a figment of imagination, it's a wide chase, because you can't probably appoint a national chairman, you know, in the pages of newspaper or through the media. Social media has been agog with all of this thing. We just gave them enough rope to hang themselves, because as people who adhere to the provisions of the law, it was needless for us to come up with any statement. But we just felt for the purpose and benefit of those gullible, innocent, you know, faithfuls of the party, it is important a statement is brought forth so that they will clear, it will clear their air and doubts if they have any. PDP is not bothered. We do not recognize it. Where was the meeting held, and by who, you know, for the appointment of Yaya Ahmed? Who are the signatories to the meeting? You know, we need to all look at all of these things. There's no need to waste our time over nothing. In any case, it's a subsisting court order restraining not just the NWC, the BOT, and all others, or their agents, from tampering with the tenure or suspending the, you know, the acting national chairman, has been obtained as far back as Friday. In fact, as we speak with you, we are going to sue for the contempt of court. You know, Yaya has to come clean. We gave him 48 hours beginning from Friday. We thought all of these things was with, not with his compliance, but we have come to see that he's an accomplice in all of this thing. And then he has to come clean. Otherwise, he himself will be sanctioned accordingly, because he will not be allowed to go with all those things, given the time.
Oh, all right. Thanks very much, Abdullahi, for clarifying your own position. Let me come to you, caller in the offside studio. Abdullahi has, you know, stated very copiously that Abdullahi Ibrahim, the new acting, Yayari, the new acting national chairman, is running foul of the law, and Nigerians are just wondering, why is the PDP incapable of organizing its own house, which is a motley association, and they are angling for the rulership of Nigeria in such a disorganized manner? What do you have to say to this?
Thank you very much, Christian, and thank you, Nigerians. Christian, I
hope you heard me.
I heard you very well. Can you hear me?
Okay, I think it looks as if we're having a bit of audio problem there, but I'll just, you know, in the same vein, ask Abdullahi Ibrahim, the acting national publicity secretary of the Ambassador Damagun camp, you know, so Nigerians and some party members are beginning to say it. It's a motley crowd. The question I asked the former publicity secretary is that the PDP seems incapable of organizing its small crowds, you know, for leadership. Then how can it come and be angling for rulership in Nigeria?
You see, the simple thing is mischief makers are at it again. We have always said that there are people planted for this purpose, and it's not unexpected. It's something that we have always known will not go unchallenged. The position of Ambassador Umar Iliya Damagun, he didn't come through appointment. He came through the operation of the law. And there's no interloper or fifth columnist that would be planted at this level to create an impression that there's disharmony or disaffection in the party. Leadership has been provided. What we are expecting to get from PDP since the vacation of Yoche Ayu by the courts, we have had it. Umar Iliya Damagun has stabilized this party, albeit all these differences. He has been able to provide leadership and inspiration. You've seen that the gale of suspension, which characterized the IU-led NWC, has been taken away by the incisive and inspirational leadership provided by the present NWC. We woke up one morning and saw that we lost Peter Obi through suspension. We saw at another time, at the verge of suspension, he left rather out of mismanagement of our fortune. And that counted against us in the election seriously. We lost Kwankwaso through the same process. We lost Shema. We lost several of them, you know, under Yoche Ayu. But since Damagun took over,
does that not show the kind of you know, disarray in the PDP?
I'm talking about the previous NWC.
But aren't Nigerians still saying the drama play out now? There's already a faction. So how do you reconcile that?
There's no faction. There's just activity of rascals, you know, planted by mischief makers to create an impression. We are not even bothered. I wasn't supposed to even speak about this thing because it's just a figment of imagination by desperate and planted fifth columnists who want to create a semblance of reality in all of this thing. And the part that is even worrisome is where you now see the media that is expected to have the knowledge to operate through investigative journalism, to criticize this process very well before coming on air. But you begin to see them abating all of this falsehood. You don't replace the national chairman in the pages of newspaper or through the social media. You produce a national chairman through the law and through a properly constituted Congress. And that was what produced Ayu, that was what produced Umar Iliya Damagun and all of us in the NWC. Well, and then the process of succession as provided by the law, which I quoted earlier from 47, 35, 2, and 34. Yeah. All of those processes, once you have a vacating national chairman, as a result of that, you know, impeachment or any of those or suspension, then of course you have a deputy national chairman from the zone of that vacating chairman taking over. And in this case, Umar Iliya Damagun. So it's a clearly provided process that has produced him in office, and I don't see, and it has not specified time limit. In any case, we had, what do you call it, a court order just a fortnight ago, and that has solved and put to rest all of this thing. And the desperation with which these people have been coming, you know, to plant falsehood and frustrated narrative out there is disappointing, to say the least. But we are not losing sleep over it because we know it's just a figment of their imagination, which does not constitute anything in relation to
okay, Abdullahi, let's just quickly look at the, you know, sweeping allegation you made about, you know, molds planted in the party and the rest. And some party members are still wondering, why would the Damagun chairman, acting national chairman Damagu, be suing, you know, its own body, the National Working Committee that he chairs, and even the National Executive Council, you know, in court, where he had gone, you know, to interfere in the Rivers State PDP in the court case of the 27 legislators. Is that right?
It wasn't Damagun that did that. Damagun was not the one who sued the party. First of all, the chairman of the PDP in Yobe State, that is the home state of the chairman, was the one that first of all came up with this judgment that we obtained, you know, day before yesterday. And the one that you're talking in question, it wasn't Damagun. It was the NWC that decided. And
who chairs the NWC?
The NWC is chaired by Ambassador Umar Iliya Damagun, and it's not he
alone that takes So what are we saying here? For a body, I mean, a unit or a department that he chairs, a critical organ of the party, and you are going to join matter against your party in court in case of the Rivers State matter. So what are we saying here?
What is beneficial to the party is what is paramount. If the party has decided to go the way it did, and after evaluating that is the most informed, you know, part to take, it's a collective opinion and decision that the NWC...
So that decision of 27 APC lawmakers who defected from the PDP, it was expedient, it was justiciable for the NWC led by Damagun to have gone to the Federal High Court and even the Court of Appeal to say, no, withdraw the PDP, you know, complaints before the courts. Was I right?
It was a decision that the party felt was right at the time we did that, and then it became justified. And you could see the activities now. You have a sitting governor who presided over a local government election and then produced opposition APP, you know, and in the 21 local government elections that we had only recently. And what do you describe that? And you have even a governor that is supposed to be the chairman of the Governors Forum also going there to superintend over the swearing in on all of these things. I mean, some of those activities defy common sense. It's the more you look, the less you understand. But what you cannot take from this present NWC is the fact that it has been able to provide unity in this party. It has provided cohesion, regardless of all of these distractions here and there, which is inherent in the political party management. The party is so serious, we are looking at the problems before us in 2027, at least to be able to put the house together and salvage Nigeria from despair and despondency, and then the twin maladies of hunger and poverty that seem to have characterized our situation as a nation in the meantime. We are not concerned about these side distractions because they are not a product of law. They are just people's opinion and a figment of their imagination. And it doesn't constitute any basis for us to begin to dissipate energy over.
While you accuse the Yayari Mohammed led as acting national PDP, which you describe as an interloper, you know, a mole and the rest, and a display of illegality, some people are saying that the Damagun-led NWC is being used by the FCT minister, Wike, to destabilize the PDP. How do you react to that?
We have since refrained from, responding to such issues because they are just a figment of people's imagination. And speculations, no matter how well said, do not constitute the true position of things. And what we have learned over time is that since we have put in the fence repeatedly, that it has nothing to do with Nyesom Wike. We are looking at the whole of the party's interests, and leadership is provided in that regard. What anyone was expecting was for us to just wake up one day, or Umar Iliadam are going to say that he has suspended Nyesom Wike. Why will you suspend him and for what? And it's sad that every narrative that you hear there revolves around Nyesom Wike since 2023 election. It's been over 2 years now, and one person has been, the dramatist personnel that even the media itself has not been able to win itself from. Nyesom Wike is busy providing services for the FCT, and he has not at any time said he is no longer a member of the PDP. And to that extent, we consider him as such. He has attended the NEC. In that NEC, you had every other person in attendance. The members of the NWC, the NEC itself, and the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the former Vice President Namadi Sambo. Every critical stakeholder in the PDP was at NEC. Nyesom Wike came and nobody could say a word at that time. So if it was cowardice, or cowardly done, why is anyone now coming to blame Umar Iliadam for not doing their bidding? We cannot narrow the party into an assembly of desperate people who will now begin to clip its own wing, doing itself any damage. Who has been able to provide leadership for this party since election in 2023? There's nobody that has come to say he's a rallying point for us to keep behind. And then if Nyesom Wike is identifying with the party in the manner he's doing, I don't see why anybody should be tying us to him. What we are saying is that come and provide justification for Nyesom Wike not to be allowed to continue as a party member. That's just our position. In any case, we have two committees in place, only recently constituted. All the allegations that have leveled against people, associating with anti-party, they will face this committee. It's headed by no less a person, but elder statesman Chief Tom Ikimi. All of those things that they think the NWC has failed to do as a body, these committees are in the position to ensure them or to effect them accordingly.
All right.
Them in the fullness of time.
Okay, thank you so very much. Abdullah Ibrahim, the acting National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, for coming to shed light on the goings-on in the People's Democratic Party. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, we'll go on a short break, but when we come back, we'll be having this discussion with the former National Publicity Secretary, Kola Ologbondiyan. We had the bit of some technical issues from our offsite studio, so it's only just appropriate that we'll give him, the right of reply. Stay with us. All right, so welcome back, and you're still watching Newsnight. We're live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. I'm Christian Ogodo. Thanks for staying with us. Well, the narrative or discourse is on the fragmentation of the People's Democratic Party. Can the center hold, or is it? Are they on the way to perdition? Now, I've got the former National Publicity Secretary of the party, Kola Ologbondiyan, who was in our offsite studio earlier and couldn't join that conversation. Kola, very warm welcome to Newsnight, and sorry for the itch there, because I knew you were really itching to, say all that you know about. But it's here now. And the first question too, is the PDP on the road to perdition or internal domination?
Thank you very much, Christian. Well, the PDP is not on the path to perdition. It's currently facing challenges. And these challenges is almost becoming a thing of the past with the emergence of Yayari Ahmed Mohammed as acting national chairman. And luckily, Yayari Ahmed is also from the northeast, which is expected to hold forth for a period pending when the NEC will ratify a national chairman, a substantive national chairman from the North Central. Let me start by saying that Ibrahim, who just left here, is not an acting national publicity secretary. There is no provision in the constitution of the PDP, 2017 as amended, that create even a semblance of an acting national publicity secretary. I held that office for 4 years, and I know the nitty-gritty of the running of the party. There is no provision for acting national publicity secretary. There is no provision for acting national legal advisor. Ambassador, the ousted acting national chairman, Ambassador Ilyas Udamagun, what he's done is that he's desecrating the constitution of the People's Democratic Party. And he's doing this in conjunction with Senator Sam Mayawu, the national secretary. There is nowhere, and I challenge anybody, there is nowhere in the constitution of the PDP, 2017 as amended, that create a provision for the office of the acting national publicity secretary or the office of acting national legal advisor. So this is a run that Ibrahim is doing. I don't understand why he's doing it. And well, I don't know what is up in arms against, because I'm so disappointed that even the same National Working Committee messed him up in Kebbi, took his money and chopped it. He may not want to agree today because he has aligned himself with them. So for me, and from my understanding of the running of the party, there is nothing like that. On the issue of whether we are going towards petition, we have always had challenges. I'm happy that Ibrahim mentioned the fact that succession, even when the national chairman was in the northeast, where the Magum comes from, when SARS was leaving, there was a battle about succession. It is the same provision of section 47(6) that applied. So anybody who is sitting anywhere and getting any form of judgment to say that, oh, we must go to convention with 47(6), it doesn't align. It's not, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't need to be. That constitution is written in English. And I can read and I can write and I can understand what I'm reading. So there's nothing to it. But today, as we speak, there's an acting national chairman who is holding forth and who has expressed the readiness to convoke a national executive committee where the party can sort out its challenges.
But you've agreed, that there are challenges in the party, which, can be interpreted as, a faction. I mean, the party is already fractionalized. But is it true, really, that there are moles in the party drawing, the progress of the party back, given, the larger Nigerian public space, the doubts that, this party can't, be what it was in 1998 when it was founded then again? Really?
Yeah, also, it was Ibrahim who just left here, who raised the issue of moles. And it's true. People have these fears in the party that there are moles which the APC and the government in power have raised inside the party and outside of the party to destroy the People's Democratic Party. And as I've always said, even on your platform, either on the morning show or even here, the party must get its acts together in a manner that will ensure that we are not thrown into a one-party state. I have consistently put forward this argument. And for Damagum, whom in public space there's allegation that he had a meeting last week with the president in London, and who has not even uttered a word to say it is a lie or it is true, it gets worrisome. It is strange and very discomforting that Ibrahim will come and sit down here and say, oh, the ousted acting national chairman, Ambassador Ilyas Udamagum, has put the party in order. People are leaving this party on a daily basis. People are discontented, they are dissatisfied, they are disillusioned about the conduct of Ambassador Ilyas Udamagum. And people are leaving the party. He's mentioning Sherman's name when the Sherman left the party. Sherman left after the 2023 election. He's mentioning Anyim's name when did Anyim left the party. Anyim left after the 2023 election. Was Ayu the national chairman then? So our position is very clear, it's unambiguous. Close to 99.9% of the PDP members in Nigeria and in the diaspora are making only one request. Ambassador Ilyasu Damagum, revert back to your position as the deputy national chairman, which you were elected into at the national convention. It was the same provision of 47(6) that you are arms against today. You have taken your own working committee to court. You have taken the National Executive Committee to court. You have taken the Board of Trustees to court. You are shopping for, you are following forums, shopping for judgment and rulings to destabilize the party. So if we are talking about moles who are in the party, it is those who have made up their mind to make sure, who have made up their mind to kill the party and turn our nation to a one-party state that are the moles.
Well, if you say that, then what would you say? I mean, the acting national chairman of the party, Yayari Mohammed, who's just come up with a statement that there is going to be a NEC meeting sometimes in a fortnight on the 24th or 27th or so of this month. Who really owns the national secretariat of the PDP?
Well, as far as the members of the party are concerned today, majority of the members of the party are in tandem. They are in league with the disposition of Yayari Ahmed Mohammed that the NEC of October 24 must hold. We are supposed to have a NEC according to the provisions of the Constitution. Although they have almost set aside the Constitution, they are ruling by themselves now. Otherwise, the last NEC that we had, which was forced, happened in April. Where the party, according to the Constitution, is supposed to hold NEC every quarter. We're in October. And if you recall, I don't know whether you follow this, Christian, if you recall, the BOT chairman was very emphatic, and I'm speaking about former president of the Senate, Senator Adolphus Wabara, at the last NEC meeting, where he made a declarative statement that the next NEC, which has been slated for October 24, must hold. The practice of the ousted acting national chairman, Ilyasu Damagum, is that he will put forward the date. Before that date, he will come and we'll go and look for reasons to say that, oh, we can. Even at the BOT meeting, when the chairman of BOT declared that the October NEC must hold, he was still saying that, oh, we are going to have election in November. He's always looking for excuses.
And the new court order that he has, would that not be a violation?
It is not a violation. He was suspended by his own colleagues in the National Working Committee. And it is strange, with due respect to that judgment, it is strange that somebody who came into office via appointment, because he came into office via section 47(6) to be acting national chairman, he is now saying that there must be a convention where he will be replaced. It is strange. But what I know and what I think Nigerians should set their minds to is the fact that this nation must not be allowed to be reduced to a one-party state. It's very important. Yeah. It goes beyond the issue of party membership. It is something that will affect every Nigerian. So it is important, it's very imperative that we allow PDP to exist. And the only way for PDP to exist, let Damagum go and revert to his position. Nobody is saying that he's no longer a working committee member. He should just go and take his position as deputy national chairman and allow a substantive national chairman from the North Central to emerge.
All right, Kola, very quickly, let me ask you the last question. Isn't it also strange that the NWC meeting that produced Yayari Mohammed, some people are saying, did it take place virtually or in the stratosphere?
I don't know if you have been following the activities of the National Working Committee, because I listened to Ibrahim saying what he doesn't know. He's not a member of the National Working Committee. He has never attended a meeting of the National Working Committee. saying that, oh, they didn't do any meeting. This National Working Committee has been conducting virtual meeting. That is their strength. If you go to Wadata tomorrow, ask any worker there that when last did Damagum, apart from during the last BOT, when last was Damagum in office to come and conduct the activities of NWC. So it is possible that the meeting held virtually because that has been their pattern of holding meetings.
All right, thank you so very much. We'll see if the center will really continue to hold. Nigerians would wait with bated breath to see if October 24, the NEC meeting of the People's Democratic Party will hold. Kola Ologbondiyan is the former National Publicity Secretary of the PDP. Thanks for coming on Newsnight.
Thank you very much.